JD last week talked about one of the two Joshes, Josh Simmons. This week, Teja is talking about Josh Conerly Jr.
Yeah, Conerly Jr. So I initially was not going to talk about Conerly Jr., but I think I've been bullied by the amount of mock drafts from scouts and analysts and draft gurus that constantly mock him to us. Even after signing more, like he still gets mocked to us all the time. Like he is the most common person I think I've seen throughout this entire draft process that's being mocked to us. So I was like, you know what? Let's talk about Conerly. Let's get it out there. So he's very young. He'll be 21 at the start of the season. Insanely athletic, incredible movement skills, very explosive. I think the best part I read about him was that he dictates the rep. So off the snap, he's so quick off of it that he waits for the rusher to get to him. He doesn't react. He sets the tone. So he gets back there and just waits to engulf the rusher that gets to him. He has an answer to athletic edges. So they have to kind of adjust to him, not him adjusting to the guy, what the rusher is trying to do. And he's new to tackle too, which is an interesting part. He played running back in high school. Needs to gain bulk in his lower half, still learning how to hold blocks in the running game. Not really a bully. He doesn't dump bodies, but he's absolutely elite in controlling the pass block set. The best quote I read about him was, he's what a franchise left tackle trajectory looks like as a prospect. Like he's what you want to see from year to year, right? As he's gotten better every single year, which is really important for me. Hand refinement needs done, but he's showing you he's getting better every year, and he's competitive as hell.
JD, you've had a lot to say about a lot of the tackles in this draft, or some of the tackles in this draft. What is your take on Josh Conerly? Man, do you expect, if he's there at 31, how much of an interest will the Chiefs have at Josh Conerly? Because the rumor is that Chiefs are interested in Conerly and Simmons. That's the rumor right now.
Yeah, I told you, Simmons would be the one for me. Conerly I think, is a guy that is he's not day one ready to be the guy. Still a little growing to do. I think that is something that is promising, that you see the trajectory going up of him getting better. What I see on him on film, I can see some of the technique has to improve. Some of the power does need to improve. Like you said, I need a tackle that's going to be more aggressive, that's going to kill him in the run game. There was times I watched him just kind of move around on blocks to the second level. I think he's a talented guy. I do. I think he's a very talented tackle, but maybe not the most talented tackle in this draft for me. He's more so probably the fourth or fifth guy that I would take. Like I said, Josh Simmons would be the guy for me. But Conerly, shoot, you get him here for 1 year, let him learn and be right there behind. I think he'd do a good job. I think it wouldn't be a bad pick if that was going to be the thing to go, knowing that you're going to sit him down for a year just to get to learn. Like you said, his bottom half definitely needs to get more power to it. He's not as stout in the pass rush either. So all the things like
help that power we're talking about,
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know. I don't know if he's not utilizing the weight room in Oregon like he should be. Like we was going back to our original conversation we was talking about in the labs and stuff. But I think another year of that would get him a lot better to where he needs to be. So, but he's a good prospect. I think he's a good tackle.
And the beauty of our situation is he doesn't have to start right away, right? I mean, Simmons won't start right away, right? Unless like Moore struggles or Simmons in practice just looks that much better than him. But yeah. I doubt either one of those guys would start for us right away anyway. This is more of a, man, if Moore struggles, which That's just bad for us in a lot of different ways. And more struggles that bad to the point where we're like, you know what, let's just put our rookie tackle in there. But then you're also looking forward to next year, right? When Taylor, we get out of his contract, maybe Conerly slips over to the right tackle for a season, or they put more right tackle. Like it also gives you next year flexibility too. And this year in case something happens, because we don't really have a stand-up backup left tackle option in case Moore, who's got a very small sample size, struggles. Right? Forget about injuries. Those injuries is bad, but struggles. Let's say Moore is like, okay, not what we thought he was going to be. I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, we don't even have a backup left tackle right now.
That's right. Right. I mean, you can put other guys out there.
Yeah, we did that last year.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you just, for patchwork. But no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And you really got to look at the whole, like you said, the big picture of it. If Moore is struggling, he's doesn't fit the bill what we're asking for. Who would be more game ready? And I think Simmons would be the guy. Conerly, I would put in, but man, that'd be tough.
He also did a really good job against Abdul Carter too, the standout defensive end.
I do like that he comes from a system that does throw the ball a million times a year. I mean, yes, they have great run. They had a great running game last year, Bucky Irving, and this year they had a decent back. But they're a team that likes to pass the ball a lot, and like having a tackle that comes from that's not going to be kind of blindsided by throwing the ball 50 times a game. That's kind of nice to have a tackle that has already kind of been there, done that to a certain extent.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does help. The thing is, he's going to be seeing Max Crosby and Khalil Mack and monsters. Yeah.
Talent's a little better. Yeah. A little faster.
Yeah.
And stronger.
Yeah. Dual Carter, he's a hell of a player. He ain't Max Crosby yet. So.
No. But he's the closest thing to those guys in this draft, I guess. So, I mean, you can only play who you can play against, unfortunately.
So just out of curiosity, of the tackles that we could realistically get at 31, what is your top kind of
mine?
Yeah, but both you guys. Where I know JD Simmons is Conerly number 2 over. I've seen some mocks of us getting Banks.
Yeah, those are the top guys. I mean, other than Campbell, but we have no shot at him. Although because of his arm length, he's falling a bit too now.
I don't think he falls to 31. There's no.
He's not going to fall. Some would trade up before that happens. So no, he's not. Yeah, those are the top 3 guys that are more realistic for us. I think at their best, I'd rather have Simmons. I think potentially ceiling wise. But Conerly's makeup is it's really encouraging because he's new to tackle. He's played a lot of it. And he's gotten better every season. So, and of all the things that I want a tackle to need to improve on, I choose strength because, like you said, JD, he's going to get in the program. He's going to get with the program. Yeah. So he's going to get that strength. He's going to get that. A guy who can mirror fast ends, that's not something you can easily coach into somebody. You either have that foot speed and that ability to get out of your position and just mirror someone, or you don't. Like that is just something you have or you don't have. And he has that already. I think that's really important. Him just to play stronger and to get stronger, I think is something we can give rather than give something like mirrorability to somebody, which you can't. So I do like what I hear. And I guess there's a reason why so many guys do mock him to us, but it's a combination of his skill set, and most people just think we're going to keep throwing left tackle darts till we find one in the draft.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, that's why I say, man, you got to be sure of the guy. You got to be sure of him. Projects and stuff like that does not work, and you got to have a solid guy to watch after PM15. PM15 is the priority. Okay. And you got to have the guy knowing when you come here, you're gonna have a hell of a job on your hands. You have to. You have the most important job on the team. What is that, coach? Protecting P on 15. You make sure that joker doesn't get touched. Okay. That's what you got to do. So that's your job.
And this is an interesting one, JD. So Conerly is the tackle, and Marcus and I talked about this. Conerly is the tackle that he got a lot of crap at the Senior Bowl.
Mike Green ran over him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard a couple of scouts talk about that.
Yeah.
Because they were there. They were watching it live. And they were saying how it's so unfair that went like viral, because a lot of those drills, and you've been at these kind of things before, a lot of those drills, like that one, for instance, that was his first rep. That was his first rep, and they were having them try something. They were having the O-line try the tackle try something in the drill. And they said it's such an advantage. The DN's right there. He can hear what the coaches are telling him he's got to do in that drill. And he's just like, okay, so I know based on what the coach is telling him how to block me, I know exactly how to plow through him. Something you're not going to see in a real game, because you're not going to hear the coach tell the lineman how to block him, because they were telling him how to do a drill. And then that lineman, the D lineman, Green, just took full advantage of it and just plowed right through him on the first rep there when he knew what he was doing. So they said it was a little misleading that he got plowed on that, because A, I think it was his first rep on the right side. Yeah. He's a left tackle. And right. B, he was trying something. He was experimenting with something that coach was telling him to do. So
I wonder what the coach would tell him to do, though, to experiment. I mean, you know, because
I forgot what it was. They explained that the coach was telling him to try a certain, I don't know, technique, or he was telling him something, and they were just like, Green heard that and he was like, all right, I'm just gonna plow right through this dude on this one. And you know, he did. So
well, I watched the other reps that he did, and some were better, some weren't. There was other ones he was still getting beat on. Even on the left side, he was still having a hard time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, because it seemed like, you know, for me as a coach, I'm like, you know, you telling them, all right, I need you to do this, but for a guy, like it's about winning. One-on-one, it's about winning. You got to win this rep. Bottom line, pure and simple. So, they had to go off the what's the name of the movement of the tackle. So that's especially that drill, how that drill works. I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder like what they could have even told him.
Yeah. Well, Josh Conerly's been a name that's been attached to the Chiefs a lot in recent weeks. So, guys, could be an interesting one to kind of look back to in a couple of weeks if this does come to fruition.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.